All right, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. First off, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha, Hakodash, Shalom Yom. With Yahweh being the true name of the Heavenly Father, who the worldly calls God, and Yahweh Shai being the true name of the Lord, Savior of the nation of Israel, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. I want to give double honors to my apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who rule well, and also want to say peace and blessing to the Lord's elect. All right, this is Brother Mashal. Come back at you with a quick lesson to the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahshai, representing the Cleveland Church of Great Millstone. I want to say Thawadi Yahweh Bashem Yahshai for giving the spirit and having the mercy for allowing me to do this lesson. And just a quick topic that I wanted to go into, and the title of this lesson will be, you're walking the wrong way, all right? Or you're walking in the wrong direction, I'm going to say. All right, you're walking in the wrong direction. And this is what you're going to, hear a lot, you know what I'm saying? You're going to hear people that naturally gravitate towards wickedness, man. That's all they know, you know? And they're going to try to pull you into the fire also, you know? And they're going to use different vices that you've, had coming out of the world, you know? Some brothers maybe, have a drinking demon or whatever type of demons brothers deal with, you know? But those things are going to be used to entice you to come back into the world, you know, and people that you know are going to tell you, hey, man, you're walking in the wrong direction, man. Well, actually, you're walking in the right direction, right? But to them, it looks like you're walking in the wrong direction, all right? So we're going to open up with, Salakia. We're going to open up with First Peter chapter 4, and we're going to start at verse 1. It says, 1 Peter 4 and verse 1, it says, "For as much then as Hamashiach has suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that has suffered in the flesh has ceased from sin." You see? So we saw how Yahweh Shai moved while he was, walking the earth, right? He was in direct opposition of what all the elders and the men that were highly regarded at that time, you know. He was going in direct opposition against them, man. Right? Even in throughout the face of death. Right? Yahweh Shai fulfilled the Father's will, man. And Lord willing, we endure to the end, so that way we can have an end that we're praying for, man. You know what I'm saying? Which is to be a part of that, the first fruits. But we have to arm ourselves likewise with the same mind as Yahweh Shai. You know, he had to endure the ancient Roman Empire, and we have to endure the modern Roman Empire. All right. Verse 2, it says, he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lusts of men, but to the will of the Most High. All right, and that's what it is, because people we know, they love to fulfill the lust of the flesh, so they're gonna continue to try to draw you back into the things that you've put away. You know, and that's a constant struggle. You know, but even the Apostle Paul said that, you know, he dies daily. You know. With the right heart, with the right mindset, you know, you can be forgiven, of those trespasses, man. You know, just not willfully going off, you know. Because why? Because we live for Lord willing, fulfill the will of the Most High on righteously, man. You know. Verse 3, Slakia, it says, for the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles, when we walked in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, reviling, Salakia, banquetings, and abominable idolatries. You see, that's what because we were all in a Gentile mindset, man. You know. And we were walking in the same direction as in the world. You know? We was holding hands and doing all type of abominations. But then once you got transformed by the renewing of your mind, you do that 180. Now you walking against, you going against the grain. You know? And a lot of people don't like that, man. And this is why they're going to falsely accuse you of certain things, man. Accuse you of being in and occult and things like that, and believe in the things that they see on the news and things like that, right? The BHIs, brothers already know what that is. You see? So they're going to put you with those, man, because you're not walking with the ways of the world, man. You're going against the grain, Because why? Because we were in a Gentile mindset, but then we went away from that, man. You know what I'm saying? And now we're under the obedience, being a prisoner of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Verse 4, it says, wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same access of riot, speaking evil of you. You see? So because why? Because when people do wickedness, them demons want other people to hop on, man. That's why you're supposed to have your that's why it's talk about having a godly conversation, man. Meaning your actions, what you do, what you put out. And that's why it's so for some brothers this is a lonely walk, man. Because when your conversation, when your actions ain't with everybody else, you really don't have nobody to turn to but the brotherhood, man. But we're made to stand out, man. We're made to be looked at strangely, man. Right? Because what it says that in the Apocrypha. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, the 3rd chapter. And I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, but the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery. You see, in the sight of the unwise people, the ones that want you to walk in the same direction that they're going, man. What their end is that nuclear heat, man. But that's the mindset, and they may not know these are stumbling blocks to Jake, man. They want it right now. They're not willing to do the things to make them worthy. Jake wants to do the minimal amount of work and get the highest reward. It don't work like that. All right, and with the departure taken for misery, when you leave in the world, what are they still doing? They're still fulfilling the lust of the flesh. So they're looking at you like, man, you don't want to do whatever it was, Now they think you women putting on a dress and wearing modest clothing, brothers, instead of hitting the club every weekend, now they studying the scriptures, looking up history, right? Things like that. It ain't coming around like that no more. Then all of a sudden you start disappearing. Your departure is to them is they look at it as your misery, man. You're in misery, right? But what happens? The next verse 3, it says, and they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. You see, we're in peace. We're tranquil through the scriptures, man. We're comforted by the scriptures, like Yahweh Shai said that He will send us a comforter. And we have brothers around us that's going through the same thing, man. That's why you, and when you going through that crowd, and when you make that 180, now you're going against the grain. You looking to your left and your right, and you see speckles of men walking, going against the grain also, man. Showing you that this is something that only a few is going to get. So naturally, the opposition is gonna try to throw stumbling blocks. Verse 4, Wisdom of Solomon 3 and verse 4 says, for though they be punished in the sight of men, yet their hope is full of immortality. Okay, because why? Because we're gonna take our lumps on this side. We're going to be ridiculed. We're going to be, we're going to suffer, the same ridicule that Yahweh Shai had to go through, man. The servant is not greater than his master. And we're willing to do that, right? Why? Because it says, verse 5, and having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself. See, we're being proven and we're being found worthy, man. You know how hard it is to go against really anything, man. You know, you try, walking, and then all of a sudden a strong wind, hits you from the front, and then you got to kind of lean forward and kind of push through that, with anything. It makes it harder to do certain things. But that's what the elect is willing to do, It says, verse 6, it says, as gold in the furnace hath he tried them and received them as a burnt offering. You see, everybody's going to be received as a burnt offering. The 1/3, the elect, and the 2/3. But the difference is that the 1/3 is going to be this is their fire furnace, man. Combating the ways of Babylon the Great. Right, and 2/3 fire furnace, burnt offering is what? It's going to be via the nuclear missiles. Okay, so everybody's going to be received as a burnt offering because all Israel is going to be saved. It's just how you're going to have to go about it, right? You know what? Let's go back to 1 Peter and let's go to the 3rd chapter. And let's get to the point, verse 16, just for the sake of time. 1 Peter 3:16 is Salakia. It says, having a good conscience, that whereas they speak evil of you as evildoers, that they may be ashamed that falsely accuse your good conversation in Hamashiach, Yahawashi. Okay, because why? Because your conversation is going to stand out, your actions. And they're going to falsely accuse you of being something that you're not. And this is really the whole narrative that Esau is pushing, right? Because he's going to have to, in order for him to gain full control, he's going to have to push his mark. You see? And we're linking the mark that Esau has to Revelation 13 and 16. And then what's gonna happen? Esau is gonna call the BHIs, the Black Hebrew Israelites, right, as conspiracy theorists, as wacko, as crazy, that need to be locked up, that needs to be watched, that needs to be disbanded. All these things are coming, man. The great persecution. And this is why, it's going to the amount of men that's going to turn from this, and women, because, and children. It's going to be a multitude, the 1/3. But the amount is going to be so small as it is to the men, women, and children that's going to be heading looking for Esau for help, worshiping the image of the beast. All right, so they're going to falsely accuse you, man. It's going to be incentivized for somebody to call you out. They may even go so far as even, in order for you not to be locked up, you got to shave your beard off your face, man. Because they know the elect ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? So it's Esau, he accomplishes a diligent search. He plays on the mind, and the elect have been transformed by the renewing of your mind, so they're not zombies. All right. It says, verse 17, 1 Peter 3:17, for it is better if the will of the Most High be so that you suffer for well-doing than for evil doing. You see? So we're willing to suffer for well-doing, man, doing the things that are pleasing to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, rather than eventually suffer for evil doing, man. Even Yahushua talked about it in Luke, about the servant that knew his master's will and did it not, going to be beaten with many stripes. You see? We don't want to be beaten with many stripes because we're in the know, We can't get tired of pushing through people, getting bumped and stuff like that, trying to push through people. Everybody walk in one direction. You walking in the opposite direction, trying to weave through traffic and stuff like that, man. It could get tiring, but what are you gonna do? Just stop and just say, fuck it, I'm gonna turn around and walk with everybody else? Like, no, we got to continue to endure, man. And that's why we got to keep praying that the Lord keeps the spirit on us. Because the Lord is going to take the spirit away from everybody that you know, even your family. It talks about that in Micah. Let's go to Micah 7. Micah 7, let's get to the point. Verse 6, it says, "For the son dishonoreth the father, the daughter rises up against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies are the men of his own house." Okay, because we already know who's gonna take heed, who's not, man. At the beginning when we first came into the truth, you let your family know that some took it, some didn't, some rejected it. You know what I'm saying? Some scoffed. Some is okay with what you're doing, but they don't want no part of it. Man, it is what it is. But eventually the squeeze is gonna get put on people. And the micro C-hip is gonna be incentivized. If you know anybody with a beard or whatever, with walking around with fringes on. Do you know a Hebrew Israelite? A reward, a reward for a Hebrew Israelite. All these things are coming, man, and your family already knows who they are, man. If they're struggling to eat, they're gonna be like, "Hey, man, I do know, yeah, man, my cousin, man, he tried to put me onto the truth, man. I ain't even believe in that, man. I know who he is. I know where he be at." All right, your mother, your children, if they're old enough or whatnot, whatever it is, man. Your enemies are going to be of your own household, man. They're the ones that are going to be walking in that opposite direction of you too. Talking about I love you. Let's go. We got security. You see, but we're looking for the security of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. But see, Satan wants you to gravitate towards your family. The things that you love and care about, man, and hold dear to you, man. And that's the test about wanting to let those things go. And your family is the hardest thing, and that's why the Apostle Paul, told us, man. This. I'm gonna end it off here. Romans 11 and verse 28. It says, "As concerning the gospel, they are enemies for your sakes. But as touching the election, they are beloved for the Father's sake." You see? So on this side, concerning the gospel, they're going to be men, women, and children, and they may be part of your family, man. They're going to be enemies, man, for the gospel's sake. The gospel that you're pushing, that you believe in. And you got to be willing to forsake those things and walk in the wrong direction according to the world. You see? So as concerning the gospel's sake, okay, on this side, doing the work, having faith, they're enemies for the gospel's sake, man. Okay? It says, but as touching the election, why? Because the Apostle Paul said that all Israel shall be saved. The ones that are going to turn on you, the ones that are going to offer you up, the ones that think that they're doing God's service to do these things, man. They're still going to be good. Because why? Because Yahushua told us he gave that ultimate sacrifice, man, and he showed us that this happened to me. This could happen to you. There are going to be some that are going to be beheaded, man, as a witness to Yahushua. You see? So even our own people that we know, man, are going to come up against us. You see, but we still got to be pushing in the worldly view, the wrong direction. But in the spiritual view, according to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, we're walking in the right direction. All right, so Lord willing, us was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and infinite worship to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha, Hakodash, Shalom Yom. Double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops, great millstone who rule well. Till the next time I say, Shalom.